This week on the Media Virus Podcast, in a shocking twist of events, the ruling class ignore their own rules. Smokey Robinson wishes an old friend a happy Chanukah, and we interview stage hypnotist Marshal Manlove for some reason. The Media Virus Podcast. Starring Matty Rockdev.
I had no, but I was, I kind of wanted to, and I
Professor Mike Latoris.
There's a fancy doctoring word, butt crack.
With special appearances by some other dude, that guy, and some chick.
Shut the fuck up, Matty.
I've smelled shit, and I don't like it. I mean, I know everything there is to know about my dick.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
So anyway.
Jesus Christ. Damn, do we have a fucking show for you people this week. I am your host, Matty Rockdev. Thank you for checking us out. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for sharing. Joining me on episode 6 is the Infection Team. First, I'll introduce our technical producer here at the Media Virus, and a man that loves his little dickie, the Reverend and Professor Mike Latoris.
Good evening, Matthew.
Hey, man, how's COVID treating you?
We're getting there. Pipes are still there.
You sound good. You look healthy. I don't, not that I'm not disrespecting you in any manner, but you're in the hospital then. You're broadcasting from the hospital.
I thought that would be fun, yeah. Since we do have the option to change our backgrounds a bit, looks like I'm here. But no.
All right, well, and
I'm coming where I normally do.
And in a futile attempt to add class and credibility to our ranks, she is a doctor, but not the fun prescription kind. Her beauty is surpassed only by her sarcasm. The doctor. Doc, how's it going?
How are you? I'm good. I actually apparently am not allowed to call myself a doctor at the moment because I've never delivered a baby before. But, whatever.
I don't understand. Is that, you're referencing that Jill Biden thing, right? Is that,
that
some asshole said something that got under your skin? She shit on doctorates of education, and all of a sudden you're up in arms.
Yeah, no, I'm not up in arms. I really don't give a shit. And the funny thing is, the guy's like, well, I have an honorary doctorate, and I taught a course at a college once in 2003. So,
who else had an honorary doctorate?
Because I have
Bill Cosby. Yes. Bill Cosby had an honorary doctorate from Temple.
That's awesome. That's freaking. I remember that, actually. I do remember when he got that.
Yeah.
Who also actually had a doctorate that was not in education was Dr. Martin Luther King. So, there's a couple of us out there.
So the Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King.
That's right.
Had a doctorate in education.
No, I'm sure it was like theology or something.
Oh, so you don't know?
No, I don't know.
And yet you're a doctor. I know everything there is to know about my dick.
Yeah, I'm okay with that not being my field of expertise.
My dick?
Yeah.
I feel like you'd like to learn a little bit more about it. Because there ain't much to learn.
I understand there's only a little bit to
There's
know.
only a little bit to learn. Waiting very patiently is our very first guest on the Media Virus Podcast. He has his own YouTube channel. With thousands of subscribers. He's been a stage hypnotist since 2007, and he's been seen on various networks like ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, and now the Media Virus. Author of the new book, Stage Hypnosis: Methods, Myths, and Memories, Mr. Marshal Manlove. Marshall, thank you for being on the program.
Thanks for having me. I should say that Dr. Cosby did administer medicine.
You're out of the gate with a great joke. Out of the gate, our first interview, boom. You know, back when you could get Quaaludes. That's
My name.
I wish I had a snappy background instead of this $50 couch that I'm sitting on here right now.
Is that the casting couch? That looks very. It looks very
Seen
familiar.
that somewhere.
What's that?
I've seen that somewhere.
I can't place it. My camera's like off. I'm like looking at the side of me. First thing I order of business before we move any further is I need to apologize to Marshall for misspelling his name in one of the promos. And as he pointed out, I see it every day. So
the truth of that story is the original misspeller of my name was my father, because it was supposed to be with 2 L's and he left the second L off on the birth certificate.
So how the fuck are you blaming me? If everyone else in the fucking world spells this goddamn name with 2 L's, it's like me walking around like, no, it's Matu. Don't call me Matt. It's Matu. But I do apologize.
That's right. You just read it every single day.
Right. That's right. So the new book is selling like
Yeah, right.
spoiled milk.
That's fun. It's really selling. Yep. It's like hotcakes.
Yeah, we took up a collection.
We're the only ones that bought it. You're my girlfriend.
Me and your girlfriend.
No, and like some random sale in Romania came from.
Wow.
You
are an international selling author.
International author.
Yeah.
We gotta redo the fucking intro now.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's
Well,
exciting.
Here's the thing.
Tonight on the Media Virus Podcast, international author Marshal Manlove.
So
well, I will also. I may even be able to one up your girlfriend here. Has she actually read the book, or did she just buy a copy?
Yes, she read at least the first 2 chapters because she did suggest some editing. She is a reading specialist, and I made the mistake of handing it to her so she could edit it. And if we were going to continue to go through that process, it never would have been a book published, because we had constant debates about.
So she edited the fucking book and still bought it?
A couple pages of it. So if you find a couple pages in there that sound grammatically correct, those are the ones actually edited. Yeah.
Yeah. As a former English teacher, actually, I did. Yeah. Those were good pages.
She knows exactly. So yeah, it's pages 9 through 11, and then
like 16 through 18, I think. Yeah.
No, the thing is, when you do something like that, and you happen to be somebody like me, you would continue to keep writing it and writing it and writing it forever until it never got published. Because I worked on that for like 3 years. And it was a constant process of taking a look at it, say, oh, no, this sucks. I got to cut this out, or I got to add this. And then said, now, I should have written it this way. And at some point, I just had to say stop and press send.
Well, not only that, you get to a point in editing your own stuff where you fail to see the mistakes anymore.
Yep.
Your brain literally turns them off because you know what you mean.
And that too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that's when it's helpful to have another person take.
Like when you're typing someone's name and you put an extra L, or even maybe it's fucking autocorrect. Who the fuck knows? Maybe it was. I don't even know. Maybe it came up and I just hit it. Now everyone here
having actually.
Go ahead. All right. Well, real quick, let me get this question out. Everyone here, we've all seen your show at least once. I've seen it twice, or two different shows. And, you call like your particular brand of hypnosis is comedy hypnosis. And I was wondering if you could maybe not so much elaborate on that, but justify that statement.
Because people laugh in the middle of the show.
Because they're hypnotized.
Not because they're hypnotized. People who are watching it laugh. Oh. So it's a comedic presentation.
Got it. All right.
Matty, maybe we should rethink this show, right? I mean, this is supposed to be a comedy, right?
I don't know what
Good
this
laugh
is.
in the middle.
Let me tell you, I don't know what the
anyone-
fuck this is. Here, I'll tell you
Has
what
anyone
this
ever
is.
laughed at us?
All this is an audition tape to get us on a podcast network or something, so that we can play music and then talk in music breaks and then play music. That's what I want to do. I want to play music. That's all I want to do. But,
Okay.
no, yes, I do understand that I try to be funny and it's not funny.
No,
But
you're
the Doc,
very funny.
I'll give you the floor.
There are times when I brand it as a comedy show. There are times I just brand it as a stage hypnosis show. It kind of depends on who my target would be at any given time.
So I have a question. So how did you first get into doing hypnosis as a performance?
As a performer or as a performer?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
what was the moment that you were like, this is what I want to do? I want to get up on stage and hypnotize people and make people laugh.
Well, I was introduced to it when I was a kid by my father. So I always kind of had a back burner interest in it. But really the spark was driving down I-95 through Philly and seeing a billboard for hypnosis school. And at the time, I don't know, I've been doing pretty well at what I was doing at the time. And it just kind of struck me at that particular, it's like literally a sign, literally a sign, like, oh, that's what I need to do. And so I went to this school, and not that I really learned anything about hypnosis there other than some other practical uses for it. But I went there thinking that I perhaps needed some sort of certification, and which I really didn't, and then got it anyway, and then pieced together a show, which I was just going to really kind of do on the side. And fortunately, I was able to do it more than just on the side. So it's kind of how that went. I'd seen hypnosis shows myself before, had some experience with it, and so this is kind of what I wanted to do.
Now, is it possible that you're seeing that sign and having that moment of epiphany was in itself a post-hypnotic suggestion?
I wouldn't say it's a post-hypnotic suggestion. It was a pretty conscious suggestion. It said, go to hypnotist school. It wasn't even subliminal. I mean, it was, it was like,
that was all frontal lobe right there.
It's like 15 feet by 30. What's that?
You don't think in a previous show that somebody said you will see a sign as you're driving down I-95 and you will sign up for hypnosis school?
Well, if that was the case, that was a true post-hypnotic suggestion, because I did not recall that consciously.
Now,
when I was in high school, I went to a Catholic school. We used to have this little statue of Jesus, and we used to hide it throughout the school, so that when somebody found it, you could say, I found Jesus in the bathroom. I found Jesus in the cafeteria. So,
that's fun.
Great. You may have heard in our intro that sometimes that other guy has some things to say, and there's a few questions that he called in for us. So I'd like to hit you with one of those.
Would you consider hypnosis to be Negro friendly?
It's friendly for everybody.
And I've actually been to a number of your shows. You've hypnotized me before, and it's something that I really kind of dig, because quite honestly, there's no better feeling in the world than when you wake up from being hypnotized. It's that last post-hypnotic suggestion that's, oh, by the way, when you wake up, you're going to feel better than you've ever felt, and it actually works. So I
thought that was a finger in the ass.
Mike, I have a related question. Actually, Mike, I have a question for you. Have you ever had an orgasm?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
But I mean,
a 20-minute orgasm.
Just the baseline, hey, you're going to feel good. It really is a good feeling to wake up from hypnosis. And, I don't think that's something that people realize. Everybody wants to harp on you're going to make me cluck like a chicken or bark like a dog. And maybe that could happen, but you're not going to go in the level of hypnosis that you get to in a stage show like that. You're not going to go so far outside of your normal everyday. You may lose a few inhibitions, but you're not going to go completely crazy.
Yeah. So Marshall, you actually mentioned in your, I'm sorry.
Depends on what kind of mood I'm in that day.
Yeah, Marshall, you mentioned in your book that a lot of people are concerned that you're going to make them quack like a duck. Is that first of all, have you ever done that to an audience member? And why is that such a great fear, do you think?
I don't know why that's the thing. Like 19 out of 20 times, if somebody says they have some concern about what they're going to do in one of my shows, it's like they're going to quack like a duck. No one's ever concerned that they're going to take their clothes off, though. Nobody seems to care about that. That's what I do. I have them take their clothes off. Don't worry about the duck routine.
Don't we have audio of
video, I think.
Or we have a video, don't we?
I do have.
I believe this is one of your hypnosis. Can you do a share screen?
Yes.
Now, did you hypnotize the guy playing the bass too?
Can you quack? Can you quack like a duck when you suck? Can you buck like a horse when we fuck? Can you take every inch of your butt? Can you shit on my chest for good luck?
I think Marshall's sick of our shit and hung up. You still there? Now, why are you playing with his dick right now?
Can you stick your whole tongue on my butt? Can you shit on my chest?
Wait, that's not.
Can you quack? Can you quack like a duck when you suck?
All right, I think we get the idea.
Yeah,
that's my middle school outline, by the way.
So yeah, that's not the video I had lined up. I was actually going to play your booking agent reel, but
Well, we can go ahead now. That he's claiming to have nothing to do with that, so I don't know.
I see no plausible deniability here. Right. Okay, so let me think. Other questions. So you actually talked a lot in your book, or not a lot, but you open the book with a history of hypnosis, yeah, and it has a lot more applications than just entertainment. So do you also use? Well, I have two questions. One, how much research did you do, and how important is that history to you? And then I have a second question. We'll do one at a time.
I spent a little bit of time doing the research. It's kind of readily available. I copied and pasted it, put and gave credit where it was supposed to be. There's a couple important names in there that a lot of hypnotists around now use. Milton, I can't even think of the dude's name off the top of my head. Like Anton Mesmer is an important one because the whole term mesmerized comes from there.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
A couple names like that. The one is just absolutely escaping me off the top of my head. But just to get a basic idea. I mean, you can go through. You could write a whole history book about it. I just wanted to put in a couple important names. That was all.
Okay, and my second question was other applications of hypnosis. So, do you work as a hypnotist apart from your shows, apart from as an entertainer?
Yeah, I help people. I do some basic things like help people quit smoking, lose weight, doing performance enhancement. I don't do much more in-depth stuff than that unless people I kind of really know and they allow me to. So I'm not a doctor like you are. So I don't want to, and quite frankly, I got into this to make people laugh and help some people where I could. I get some calls sometimes from people who are pretty desperate. I actually refer them off. It's kind of sad. I remember getting a call from London, England one day. Some guy who was getting ready to kill himself, or so he said anyway. He wanted me to help him. I'm like, well, why are you calling me? I'm like a rodeo clown in the United States. Don't you have like a 911 system over there or something? Like, why call me of all people?
That's wild.
How the hell did he find me standing on a bridge? Like, look for help. Oh yeah, here's this guy in Delaware, United States. He could be the only one right now that can help me. And my phone rings. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But I've had some crazy calls like that. I had this one dude used to call me up all the time, wanted me to turn him into a woman. And
how'd that
it was
go?
crazy. He would offer me all sorts of money, and every time he called me, the amounts of money would increase. But he wanted to do some really sick stuff. Like,
so what is your price? I mean, like,
Well,
like, what would it take? What would it take for you to actually make me quack like a duck when I fuck?
$5.
I think my boyfriend might be into that. How much?
$5.
Oh, dude, I can Venmo you right now.
But this guy wanted me to turn him into a woman so that he could convince his mother that he was really a woman, and then he wanted to. I'm not sure what I can get away with saying on here. All right.
Yeah, the networks are pretty fucking strict.
He wanted to wear a dress, pretending to be a woman, and pleasure himself into a cup, and then drink it. So he was saying, "I'll give you $1,000." I'm like, "No, $5,000." He got up to $100,000. I said, "Do you have a PayPal account?" And I sent him the invoice. Every now and then, it's still unpaid. Every now and then I send a reminder, because for $100,000, I will go to where he is and camp out for a month and do hypnosis sessions on him until he actually does what he wanted to do.
Well, I'm thinking that if he's willing to pay you $100,000, it's probably not going to be a whole lot of work. Like, all right, go for it.
I think he just wants you to watch.
It seems to me like the one you need to. It seems like the one you need to hypnotize in that situation is his mother.
Well, to be accepting.
It's crazy. He did stop calling me after I actually sent the invoice, though. Never heard from him.
It's usually the way.
Well, he just wanted to know your price. He was just shopping. He might have found somebody with less scruples to do the same thing for a couple bucks. So, when you book a Marshal Manlove hypnosis show, you're not booking some scumbag. He's got standards. Unless you really pay him. Don't we have the other guy asking more questions? He asked a question about other uses, like using it outside of the stage venue.
Can I hypnotize a couple of extra inches into my dick?
No, not so much.
You could believe that there was a couple inches more there. Yes. So the answer is technically yes.
See, I added a couple of inches to my penis when I started to.
Hey, wait, Matty.
Fuck, I stepped all over. Sorry, I stepped all over.
That one?
If I get pulled over and I try to hypnotize the cop, will I still get shot?
Only if you're black.
Okay, that tracks. And then there's
but what I was going to say is, I added a couple of inches to my penis by starting to measure from the back of my asshole. when you start there, it gets way bigger.
Well, I suppose method is important. Speaking of checking things out down
I had
there.
these weird bumps on my left testicle. Not so much the right one. There's a couple of lesions, but on the left, there's these weird bumps, right? Is this from a previous hypnosis?
He wants to know.
The short answer is yes.
I thought so. Did I break him again?
I think Marshall did.
Oh, it's just
Colt 45 every time.
Colt 45 every time.
Okay.
All right. Do we have any more prepared for this interview with Marshall?
Well, I did look over a fair amount of the book, and I just want to congratulate him on his writing and say good on you, man. It was a good tome. I'm proud.
Thanks, man. It was a proud day. Took a long time to finally get that together.
Hang on, I forgot to.
Should we not put out the information for the title and so forth? There it is.
There we go.
All right. Sorry, let me try that again. Stage Hypnosis: Methods, Myths, and Memories by the Mind Shifter.
The Mind
Marshall
Shifter.
Manlove. I'll say that again. Stage Hypnosis: Methods, Myths, and Memories by the Mind Shifter, Marshall Manlove.
Just wanted to get a lot of M's in there.
Coming soon to a website near you. What is the website where we can purchase this lovely piece of literature, Mr. Manlove?
MarshallManlove.com.
MarshallManlove.com, ladies and gentlemen.
We will definitely put the link to Marshall Manlove in the description of this video. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So staff writer Bill and maybe my mom will see this.
Matty's parents watch against their will.
I just go over there, turn it on.
There, you will increase your book sales by 70%.
There you go. There you go.
Well, I owe you.
Now, do you want to hang out for the rest of the show, man? Or you got something else to do? What's that?
I'm convalescing, man. I hurt my back real bad.
Oh, I hate that.
How did you do that? Can you hypnotize
My
yourself
dog,
out of...
It's walking the dog, and some other dog got away. Some pit bull was trying to eat her, and I had to keep pulling her away, and I threw out my back.
Oh.
Which is a little
can you
tricky.
hypnotize yourself to manage that pain?
I can to a certain degree. Yes, but not to the full extent that I would like. It was kind of tricky. I had a show last night, an underground show. That's what that's what I have to go through now. I've got to do underground shows, and just carrying my equipment was around was pretty tricky.
Yeah,
I will say, I know. Sorry, I keep talking over everyone tonight. Sorry, I'll shut up.
We were doing really well until we brought him on. Now we're all just jamming over each other again.
We are.
All right, but if you, I don't understand. Was that a yes or a no to hanging out?
I'll hang out. Yeah.
All right.
See the TV in the background.
Let me say one more thing before we move off of this. So my father is also a doctor, only he's a psychologist. And when I was a kid, he did used to hypnotize me. When I was like 11, I broke my collarbone, and I remember he took me to the not the emergency. What's the little place? It's like
urgent care.
Yeah, like the urgent care. He took me to the urgent care type place. And I remember sitting in the waiting room, and he hypnotized me to help manage that pain. It was real. And I still use those techniques to this day. Those, the controlled breathing and focused and, focused relaxation. It's pretty amazing stuff.
My sister does a whole online helping chronic pain patients who can't use opioids anymore because
that's really cool.
Yeah, she was a chronic pain patient. She can't use opioids anymore, and you know, she doesn't have her digestive system ruptured from the the constipation that they give you, and it's all controlled breathing and focus. And I'm like, so she tries to do this shit. I'm like, I got shit to do. Like just God damn it, where are the pills? Just give me some fucking pills. I don't fucking care. But Advil and naproxen is what I'm talking about. Right. Excedrin. Tylenol, absolutely. But I think it's time for us to go to the. We have a news brief.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Scoop Johnson live from Wickersham Field, where the 69th Air Battalion has been dispatched to defend against Antifa aircraft that have launched an attack on Christmas. It began moments ago when a small dog, reportedly a beagle, was spotted piloting a commensurately sized doghouse embellished with all manner of holiday regalia. He was confronted by a pair of nondescript, gender-non-specific flying machines operated by Z, Zer, or Zim. The dog radioed the tower declaring an emergency, and the dogfight ensued. The beagle had a clear advantage, being a dog and all, and so was handily defended against the attack. As the 69th joins the skirmish, Antifa is bolstering their offensive with what appears to be small planes piloted by women. Matty, this reporter, will be taking cover, as in his experience, women can barely drive cars and therefore really have my asshole puckered by flying over me in planes. Back to you in the studio, Matt.
So that's war. News from the front on the war on Christmas. That's an update. That was genius. That's really one of my favorite.
Matt loves it when I bring his thoughts to life in audio.
I was like, hey, I got a half-assed idea about a 40s style news broadcast, like from World War II, but except it's the war on Christmas. And then later on, I was like, oh yeah, and we have Snoopy piloting a doghouse, a decorated doghouse, and fighting an Antifa pilot. And that was that. But
it almost worked.
Wow.
That was awesome. In the same vein, the war on Christmas, they gave Ralphie chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
In the movie A Christmas Story. The 12 years old, the prop guy just handed him a big thing of fucking Red Man. And you have to applaud that type of behavior.
It was 1983. I'm surprised they didn't give him a shot of bourbon, honestly.
They probably did. He just didn't, he didn't really know.
Yeah. Good old Ralphie, man.
So my two favorite Christmas movies are Elf and The Christmas Story with Ralphie. And do you know that there's one character that is similar? There's one actor who was in both of those movies. Do you know who that is?
That was the Bigsley kid.
Billingsley, yeah.
Billingsley. That was Ralphie. Was in.
Yeah. He's uncredited in Elf. He's the head elf. He was friends with John Favreau, and he did it as a favor to him.
Go ahead, Doc. I'm sorry.
That ties into our story from last week about the kid who wanted a gun and Santa wouldn't give him one. Said he was going to shoot his eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody go back to episode 5 and watch us. I made that into a TikTok too. Just that one, 1 minute bit of us me screaming at that asshole for refusing to give the kid a fucking just brush the kid along. Like you have to sit there and fucking it just irritates me. It just fucking irritates me.
Well, guys, we have a new combatant in the war on Christmas. It is rather surprising that our newest entrant is the Vatican.
Yeah, no, it's that was under staff writer Bill's preview. He gave me it was like an astronaut or something. Yeah, the Vatican nativity scene.
See this screen?
That's definitely a strange nouveau nativity, if I have to say so myself.
Actually, it reminds me of some like old Aztec sculptures or something. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Kind of like it. Yeah.
It's like Satan.
What did you say?
They're worshiping Satan.
Worshipping Satan. Wait, how do you figure?
Looks like. Scroll down a little bit, or up, I should say. Oh yeah, that's definitely satanic.
I'll grant you the lighting's pretty creepy.
Like, there's nothing traditionally Christmas about this, and I guess people are mocking it or making fun of it. I don't. Why couldn't we just have like a regular old? I guess that's supposed to be an angel.
Traditional patriarchal Christmas scene. Is that what you're saying?
How is this different? But patriarchal. All right.
It's okay,
I'm sorry.
Matty.
I'm sorry, Zim.
I'm just yanking your tiny little dick.
Somebody is. That's not. I was just kidding. I yank my dick all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. Maybe no. Yeah. I think this is an angel. This isn't an astronaut.
That's the impression I'm getting. That's an angel. Yes.
Like, this is an angel, and that's Joseph, and that's Mary. So what's the problem?
If this was commissioned, I mean, I don't see like it's if it's commissioned like out of rock, and it's an art style. I guess it's not that. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't really care.
There's no wings. See, this is an angel.
What else do we have with? Who's drawing wings on the angel? Look at you.
I don't know.
Is that the baby where you just circled? Is that supposed to be?
I think this is the baby. See?
Or is that an empty? Is that like an empty thing, and then they're gonna put?
It's baby Satan.
I don't see how that's. It's just. Is it just a glob with red? Like, is it? I'm having a hard time.
I think that's just the manger mattress, man.
Manger's mattress.
Did I just
baby Jesus will come like at Christmas, like Christmas Day? They'll put the baby in.
Maybe.
Some people do that, right?
Yeah. But, yeah.
Another warrior in this war is Frank the Christmas Gargoyle.
Yeah.
And what's going on here is somebody has had Frank on their lawn or at their porch for quite some time. This is Frank right here wearing the little hat. It started off with just Frank out there, and then one of the neighbors bitched and complained that, hey, your gargoyle isn't very festive. So they started adding some decorations to Frank. And this apparently irritates the person because the person finds that this is now sacrilegious. And so they've continued to add things day by day by day. And you can find
it's Frank. A shame it's a shame. It would be great to go down to start at the bottom of her thread and work your way
Add a goyle is what was that what's the fucking guy's name? George the Kite.
Yep.
He shared this story and put add a goyle.
That's hilarious.
He's a clever one.
Sure is.
He's clever.
But this is basically the size of what's starting to hang out there. This is apparently somewhere in Ohio. I reached out for them to do an interview, but they could not make our show tonight.
I read today she's gotten so much feedback. She said she may be able to respond to everyone by summer. So this has blown up in a big way.
Oh, now she's Miss Fancy Pants and can't talk to the media virus. Well, you know what, lady? We'll talk to you at some point, I'm sure.
The bit that irritated, well, I mean, the whole thing, the Karen's, Jesus Christ, it's her house. She can have on it what she wants.
Yeah.
And second of all, Karen actually vandalized the display.
Mm-hmm.
There's
true.
A couple of points where she came, like she knocked the dog over and she took the rats. And I mean, like, it was just, It was really, it blows my mind that people really have nothing better to do than like fuck with somebody else's poor. Like, what do you care? I don't care. So I have these neighbors. Well, actually, they just moved this year. And they're really nice people. But let's just say that their taste in Christmas decorations does not neatly align with my taste in Christmas decorations.
Okay.
I am like a white lights, wreath on the door, like keep it simple.
Oh, and you're so much better than
No, I'm not. That's just what I like,
that
right?
you get to judge people's Christmas lights.
Shut the fuck up, Matty. So, and my neighbor is more of a colored lights on everything, like playing Christmas music that the whole neighborhood can hear, red and green lights on the house, shit on the roof. I mean, you know,
sort of a
like,
Marshal Manlove, if you will.
Like snowmen made out of tires that have been painted. And I mean, like it's not a big yard either. And you know what I do when I go past that house is I roll my eyes and I say, well, you know, and it makes it easy to give directions to my house. I'm like, I'm 4 doors down from the crazy people on the corner with all the Christmas shit.
I'm next to the asshole.
What?
I'm next to the asshole.
I mean, but like, dude, like, it's chill, man. I got
two
other
questions
shit to worry about in my life.
Well, one's a follow-up on the other.
Yeah.
Do they have kids?
No.
No kids or grown kids?
No kids. They have
no
a cat.
Kids. Pedophiles.
Well, the guy's a little. He's again really, really sweet, but he's got some issues that he struggles with. So you know, I try to be kind.
Was it like low IQ type of globally challenged type of dude?
No, I think more like some emotional struggles and some, you know, mental illness type stuff. Again, just really, really sweet people, but a little odd, you know. So I'm like, okay, dude, you know what? Live your life. You know,
But you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with that shit anymore. You can finally have a classy Christmas to your standards.
And again, I'm not. I just said that it wasn't my taste. It's not what I would do. I'm not judging. Okay, I'm judging. But I'm not gonna like be a Karen about it. I'm not gonna go and take things down and write nasty notes.
Right. They don't have to know you don't like their Christmas display.
No.
They don't have to know that.
No, they don't.
You don't have to be into anybody else's holiday anyway. And
exactly.
And we have proof of that over here because our good friend Smokey Robinson is doing Cameo videos. I don't know if you're familiar with Cameo. You can throw a couple of bucks to
Marsh, you should start a Cameo.
Yes.
So somebody realized, hey, wait a minute, my mom grew up near Smokey, like right across the street. It would be really cool to reach out and get him to do a video. So they did.
Hey, Marco, how you doing? Surprise, surprise. This is Smokey Robinson. I know you didn't expect to hear from me, but I was contacted by your sons, Jeff and Tara, and they told me that you used to live in Detroit across the street from me, and gosh, that's beautiful. How are you doing again? Nice talking to you again, I guess. But anyway, you're living in Vancouver now, and they wanted me to wish you happy Chanukah. I have no idea what Chanukah is, but happy Chanukah because they said so. Anyway, God bless you, babe, and enjoy Chanukah. Have a wonderful time.
Have a wonderful time with your Chanukah.
So,
Marsh, you having a good Chanukah?
As somebody who's been in show business for a few minutes there, Marshall, you've run into a Jew or two, right?
Last night, a whole bunch of them.
And you might think that after a 70-year career in show business, Smokey may have bumped into a Jew too, right?
One would think.
Maybe even around Hanukkah, and yeah, this just blew my mind. I think it's hilarious.
But my thought on it was, you know, so I am in my other life, you know, a teacher, and part of what we do is to give credit every way that we can possibly imagine with all of our faculties. And my only guess.
And the Jews know about credit. You know what I mean?
Wow, Matty.
Huh?
I cannot give you credit. I can't. I try.
I had to turn my mic
There's
back on
just
for that.
nothing there. Anyway, yeah, my only thought is that maybe like he knows what Hanukkah is, but he's never seen it written. So when he saw it spelled like with the CH, that he didn't recognize the word, and so maybe
Possibly.
Doc
Can we
screen
give it-
ID says not an MD.
You noticed that, did you?
Just now.
The hashtag me too.
Thank God when these recorded, it doesn't show the name. This just makes life easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Actually, the word doctor originally meant teacher, and medical doctors were not called doctors until much later.
Were they called physicians?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, physicians or surgeons.
Did you have to learn? I'm a doctor.
Did I have to learn what?
Did you have to learn that fact to become a doctor?
No, no. As a matter of fact, I learned that entirely separately from my studies.
You're never separated from your studies.
That's true.
Life is an educational experience.
It is.
What was that?
And I learned something new every Wednesday night.
Every Wednesday night we try to.
Actually, I kind of learned the same thing over and over.
Maddie's an idiot.
Which is that I need to find something else to do with my Wednesday nights.
We're still on the war on Christmas, right?
The Wisconsin Department of Health warns against eating the cannibal sandwich, a traditional holiday dish.
It's a tradition. It's a tradition in Michigan to eat raw hamburger on the holidays because we need to thin the herd. That's what we need to do.
No. Yeah. I don't even know what. Who looks at this and says, "Give me a couple pieces of bread, Ethel"?
Not for nothing. No, fuck it. Listen, let me tell you something. Meat is delicious. Fucking especially raw. It's fucking delicious. It is, but you're taking way too many chances. Way too.
Yeah,
meat
I will
at
tell you,
room temperature.
I have eaten, first of all, as a little girl, when my grandmother would make meatballs or when my mother would make meatballs, she mixes in the ground beef and the egg and the, seasonings, right? And she would always taste it, to me. And when I was a little kid, I was like, oh, but, she's like, well, how else are you going to know if you got it right? So I still to this day taste my meatballs before I cook them.
Is it a French dish? Fucking steak tartare?
Yes.
And that's the other one. Yeah. So steak tartare, which I also have eaten, which is pretty much raw hamburger.
Right. No, I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I'm saying, you know what irritates me?
It's not unheard of.
My wife, whenever we're getting rid of something, or we're going to give the dog like a treat, she cooks the fucking, like if she's giving her hamburger, she'll cook her hamburger. I'm like, don't cook her hand. Just give her the fucking hamburger. She's like, it's not cooked. I'm like, we're the only animal on the planet that needs to cook our fucking food. It's a dog. It's a fucking dog. She cooks her eggs. I'm like, just give her eggs. She can eat the fucking shell. Just give her eggs. No. And of course she gets all the, like, if she's making me eggs, the dog gets all the ones with broken yolks, and just so the dog sometimes will eat 6-7 eggs. I mean, it's
Your wife's not that good at not breaking them.
yeah. She's a wonderful cook. It's just that breaking the egg, and she's insistent. I don't give a fuck. I'll eat an egg, fry an egg. I don't care. I love eggs. I don't know. Is there anything is there a way an egg is prepared that you won't fucking eat it?
Yes, many.
How?
I am anyway. Okay. The only ways it's easier to tell you the only ways I will eat eggs. I will eat them scrambled with cheese. I don't mean like a cheese omelet. I mean, like you have to scramble the cheese into the egg.
Okay.
Or I will eat a fried egg if I fry it. That's it.
Now, see, here's the thing. Let me explain.
you're a
Maybe
picky
you
eater.
don't understand this.
I'm not a picky eater. I am picky about eggs and bananas.
They're dead baby chickens.
Stop.
It's delicious.
I need to hear what I need to hear about this banana thing.
What?
There's only so many ways you can have a banana. I need to hear about this.
So I will tell you that. So eggs. Okay, if an egg, the reason that I'll start with the eggs, for context. The reason that I have to be the one to fry the egg is because if it is at all underdone, then the white is like slimy and gross and it makes me gag. And if it's at all overdone, the yolk is solid and I can't eat that. So that has to be like exactly right. And even sometimes when I make it, I'm like, ugh, like it's gotta be exactly right. So I just tell people I don't like eggs because it's just easier that way. And the same thing, I tell people I don't like bananas because there's about 5 minutes in the life of a banana when it is edible to me. So if it's too underripe, it leaves like a film in your mouth. You know what I mean? Like an underripe banana, and it's like, right?
No, I'm with you.
And if it's at all overripe, then
delicious.
it's
fucking
slimy
delicious.
and mushy, and it makes me gag.
Don't think about it. Don't think about the mushiness.
No, I can't.
Think about it like you're sucking an old man's cock. Like,
that's
so sweet.
And better?
I like a banana.
That's supposed to make it more appealing?
I like a banana when it's got just enough life in it left that it's not falling apart. Like when you peel it and it doesn't disintegrate as you're trying to eat it.
I'm actually literally gagging.
This is what you need to do when you have a banana that's too overripe. What you need to get is 2 expired kiwis. Hold them in your hand. And just twirl them in your hand like this.
And make banana bread.
And then just eat the banana like this.
Right. I'll eat banana bread. And actually, what I will do if I have a banana that's overripe, which never happens because I don't buy bananas because they're gross, is you can actually like puree the banana and freeze it, and you can mix in some cocoa powder and it's like ice cream. It's like that's pretty good. I'll eat
what's a fun, healthy snack that I've recently found?
I'm terrified.
Bacon jerky. Bacon jerky.
Have you had maple bacon?
Fuck it. Maple bacon jerky is what I've been eating, and it's fucking delicious.
I have never eaten jerky of any kind.
What?
I've never eaten jerky of any kind.
You never eaten jerky?
No.
I just actually, you know what's funny is I just introduced my wife to beef jerky. She likes Slim Jims. You ever eat a Slim Jim?
No, I've never had a Slim Jim.
We should start a jerky of the month. And once a month we'll eat
this
jerky.
Is like, you know, the things where people say, well, I've never, like the never have I ever. Okay, that's my thing. That's my thing that I have never done. And I won't do it because now I've never done it. You know what I mean? Like I've done a lot of things.
That's ridiculous. Why would you deprive? You don't understand what you're missing when it comes to jerky. Jerky is fucking delicious. Let me explain this. Jerky.
This from a guy who likes underripe or overripe bananas. I mean,
jerky. The way I described them, I do.
So,
jerky is dehydrated meat.
I understand that.
Okay. I'm just trying to sell it. They've taken meat and they've taken all the water out of it.
What do you feel about the idea of poultry jerky?
I really like meat.
I haven't seen it.
You're welcome. You can use
birds make a good jerky.
Like chicken jerky and turkey jerky.
No, I don't think birds make a good jerky.
No.
I'll venture to say that only mammal meat makes a good jerky. Except, oddly enough, whores taste like perfume.
Okay. Wow. Whore jerky. Okay. Who knew?
Not I. Yeah. So Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. What are your feelings?
Oh, we ended that a long time ago. He's just listening at this point.
What was the question?
What are your feelings on jerky?
I like it. If it's spiced. When I started my diet this year, I had a lot of jerky, so I like it spicy.
It's a good staple for especially like the diet. It's a good snack. It's satisfying.
There is a company called Epic Rations out there, and if you ever have an opportunity to pick up one of their, like, it's almost like a Slim Jim, but it's like made from bison or venison. Like one or the other. I've picked them up, both of them. Delicious, absolutely delicious. The venison's very salty, and if who can tell me why we call cow's beef chicken or cow's beef mutton, pig's pork, and
sheep mutton.
Yeah, and what's the other one?
I know this.
What's the other one?
To make humans feel better about consuming the meat.
No. Beef is pork, or beef is cows.
Beef is cows. Pork is pigs.
Venison is deer. Sheep is mutton. Who knows why?
I know this. It has something to do with class, doesn't it?
Yep.
Like the aristocracy.
The aristocracies was French.
Yeah, that's right. And so they
the people in the kitchens were, the English. That's what this is, back from England. And
I don't think that's true, but all right, go ahead.
Well, this is from this is what it was in England, and the aristocracy in England was French.
That's right. That's right.
But the people working in the kitchens were just slaves, or not slaves, but serfs.
Yeah, serfs.
Serfs was the proper term. So that just adapted that when we eat these things, and it does have the reason it sticks around, I think, is because it makes us separated from what we're doing.
Right.
It's, if you call it, beef, it's not a cow, but it is absolutely a cow.
I'll tell you the other. So my significant other is a hell of a cook. And so I pretty much get gourmet meals just about every night. And last night or the night before, he served red snapper. No, it was maybe it was last week.
Did you serve him pink snapper later?
No, actually.
The fuck?
Anyway, but he served the whole fish on the plate, like with the head and the tail, and which is like the way to do it. And it's unsettling, you know what I mean, to have your food like looking at you. Not that I wasn't appreciative of the meal, but
I've been at friends' houses for Thanksgiving to where they passed around a picture of the fucking turkey that we were about to eat.
Wow.
So you get a very strong acceptance of is that, the life, the balance of life and death, and the gift of that turkey. And it's the gift of that fish. It's, we live in an American society where we live in such a land of abundance that we forget that, we're designed to feast and famine.
So my grandmothers are a gift.
What's that?
My grandmothers are both from the Eastern Shore of Maryland. And I can remember as a kid, all my dad's sisters came to town. My dad's got 5 sisters, so all the sisters were in town. So we all went to the beach together as, big, huge family unit, grandparents. And we all decided we were going to, on the way back from the beach, stop over in Laurel and visit my grandmother's cousin, Ida Francis, who had a chicken farm. Ooh. And we all show up, cars and trucks and campers in tow, and all the kids go piling out, and she takes us for a walk to see the chickens. And we go and we look at the little ones that are about to hatch, and we look at the little ones that just hatched, and then, we progress up through the ones that are getting ready to go on the truck on Monday.
Wait, hang on. By the little ones that are about to hatch, you mean eggs?
Eggs, you're right. We went through the whole process. So we get to the end, and she bends down and grabs one in each hand and gives them a good swing. Says, "All right, let's go make dinner." Because that's just it was not a big deal for her. Like, and to kill 2 chickens in front of 10 kids,
small children.
It's not, like my sister and younger cousins don't remember that. They're like,
when I was maybe 10 years old, my dad comes home one Easter with a bunch of eggs and an incubator. And we had chicks, and we raised the chicks in this big box. My dad built a fucking box for the chicks. And then we raised them, and then my dad penned in a thing around there. We had a garage in the backyard. He penned in, this area for the chickens to be, and the ducks. It was chickens, ducks, and geese, right? and still to this day, some of the most fertile soil in that yard.
Yep.
Because it's just shit everywhere. But the chickens would get loose. My dad's neighbors would get so fucking pissed. They'd call like the fucking count, like they call like the fucking the township and shit. Township couldn't fucking do nothing because there was no law in the books that said you couldn't have chickens. My dad checked.
Yeah, Delaware is apparently like a big place for chickens.
This is in New Jersey.
Chickens. Oh, okay.
I didn't grow up in Delaware. This was in New Jersey, and so about a year and a half later, like they weren't giving eggs. And I think my dad was hoping that they would give eggs.
You always hope they give eggs.
And one of the let me finish this story first. But
see, man, you're always looking for a lay,
right? So one day. In the summertime, we had maybe a year, and there's no eggs, whatever. But it was a full cycle year, and then a little bit longer, and so it was just too much hassle. So my parents threw a slaughter party. There's a delve into my psyche. 10 years old, they call up the old people, the old Polish from fucking Port Richmond, so they come down. So I got a bunch of old ladies that don't fucking speak English. Right. My dad's in the back, has a chopping block, grabbing one chicken at a time. You ever cut its head off a chicken?
Me, no.
Have you ever seen the head cut off a chicken?
Yeah.
My dad, he would hit it and then just jump back, and just get the fuck out of the way. Because a chicken, I watched 3 of them go straight up. Cut the head off the chicken. The chicken went straight the fuck up. I swear to Christ, 30 fucking feet, flapping its fucking things. And it's like, holy shit. So by the end of the day, like my dad's like, once a chicken stops flopping around, and still you never know when it's fucking done. He'd grab it, wrap it up, and then cut its feet off. Right. And then give it to the old lady. The old lady would gut it. And she was finding eggs that just hadn't come out yet. So these fucking things were just about to lay eggs as we're slaughtering them. Me and my friend Cara, who is this half Polish, half Filipino kid, are running around playing. We're throwing fucking chicken feet at each other like they were Chinese stars. Like, whoa! And then you run behind the fucking shed, catching fucking chicken foot, dude. We're playing.
So all of my
what I'm saying is what I was doing is playing with the corpse of poultry at 10 years old and watching the most beautiful thing. I mean, honestly, if you've never seen a chicken go straight the fuck up after getting its head cut off, I don't know how you can judge me on any level.
My chicken stories are all at least a generation. I was not exposed to that, but both of my parents were, which is funny on both sides. My dad, he joined the Christian Brothers when he was like 10, 11, something like that. And they raised chickens, and he said they would cut off the feet. And apparently there's a vein or something that you can pull on, a tendon that makes the,
yeah.
So
he
and his friends would chase each other around. And my mother told the story about her grandmother. So my great grandmother, who would slaughter the chickens in her kitchen. And to this day, I don't understand why she would bring the chicken into the kitchen and kill it, and then, let the chicken run, because they do, like you were saying, right? And then she would go around and clean all the blood off the kitchen. And even as a kid, I was like, why didn't she just kill him outside? Like, I don't know.
I can speak to that.
Is there an answer to that question?
You want to give your neighbors a free chicken? You cut the chicken's head out fucking side. If it goes into the neighbor's yard, now it's his chicken.
A friend of mine years ago, right around the corner here, but his family was one of those families. They all keep pigeons and race pigeons, but his dad decided that year he was going to raise the turkey. So they raised the turkey, and they said, all right, Philip, you got to go. And before I get home from what I got to do today, you need to go and get the head off this turkey and take it into your mom. So Philip goes and he gets the axe and he gets the bird and he goes out to where he's going to cut his head off. And,
had Philip ever killed a bird before?
Oh yeah. These are hillbilly hunting people.
Oh, okay.
But the area where where our homes are, they had a corner lot. His father had a business there, and their home was on the same lot. But it was a corner lot on a main thoroughfare that exits the city of Wilmington. And so Philip gets the bird and takes him over to the block and takes the back of the axe and pops him on the head and knocks him out. And he lays him out the way he wants to do him and takes that axe and he knocks the head off. And the son of a bitch stands up and starts running, headless.
Yeah.
Around the yard, out into the street,
hit by
bangs a left, down into the main road, and just starts running. And now he's running with an axe behind a headless turkey, trying not to get it run over because he knows he's going to get his ass beat if he loses this bird.
Well,
that's why your grandmother killed the birds inside.
All right. It sounds like she was a smart lady after all. Well, I mean, I never doubted she was a smart lady. But the expression running around like a headless chicken doesn't come from nowhere.
Not right. Nope. Now, my father tells a story of when he was raising my brother and two sisters, because we're very different. Like the youngest one of that, is 17 years older than me. So he had a whole nother family, actually with another woman. She had passed, obviously. Not obviously. There's plenty of ways that could go awry. But anyway, so my dad made a rabbit hutch and he filled it full of rabbits, right? Well, my father, being a farm boy from Minnesota, bought these rabbits for food and was raising rabbits to have sustainable. He wanted to have a sustainable, lifestyle. So he goes out, he kills the rabbit, skins one, brings it in. His two daughters, my sisters, won't fucking talk to him. His wife won't fucking. He's like, "You killed Snowball." People are crying. I'm sure my brother was just making fun of everybody. He's worse than I am. And so because she wouldn't cook like this rabbit. She's like, my dad's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna spend money on these fucking rabbits." And he's that night killed all the fucking rabbits and just buried them.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. If you're going to eat them, you
even,
shouldn't name them, but
he wouldn't even he wouldn't even cook them himself.
No, this is, I mean, we're talking the 60s. We're talking,
that's a man of principle.
No, but we're not. But it was such a big deal. Like the daughters weren't talking. The daughters wouldn't talk to him. He's like, "I'm not dealing with this." He just killed them all. He also tells a funny story about trying to put down a rabid dog with a shotgun, but didn't know it had bird shot in it. So it took a while.
I don't want to hear that story.
Nobody wants to hear that story. I don't want to hear that story.
No.
I had to when I was a kid. I heard that story.
Yeah, you can keep
graphic
that one
detail.
That's okay. That's
okay. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Graphic detail.
Yeah. That explains a lot about you, Matty.
There's a bunch of shit in space, isn't there?
Shit in space, yeah.
There is shit in space.
I didn't pull that out, so I have to.
I got it.
I have to do it again.
No.
Oh, he's got the video that he used for the.
No, I've got the Black Lives Matter and the sexual health thing.
Black Lives Matter.
The Abraham Lincoln High School.
Hang on.
Shit. In space.
So China crashed into the fucking moon. Had
a little
they're releasing pictures. They're releasing fucking pictures like we put a flag. You put a dent. What the fuck?
All right, where is my share button? There we go. So yeah, they actually had.
Hang on. All right, I'm gonna put the shit in space logo up.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that they had an ass ender on the moon. Crash, ass ender. Never mind.
You couldn't hit the broad side of the moon. I did take my dad's Colt Vista station wagon, and I did put I did hit the broad side of a barn with it. So
quite the
intentionally.
Yeah, no. But so they're releasing images that we put a flag on the moon. That flag was obviously covering the dent that they put, the scratches they put in the moon.
The scratches they put in the moon.
Poor moon.
Well,
and was it last weekend where they had it was a meteor shower?
The meteor show, the Geminids. Yeah, that was earlier this week. The Geminids.
Oh, is it over? Did I miss it?
The meteor shower. So you didn't pull out your telescoping pleasure wand for that?
I did not.
You didn't use your telescoping pleasure wand during the meteor shower?
No.
Damn it.
I missed it. But the next time we meet, I hope to have seen the Christmas star. That's supposed to be 5 days from now, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 21st. Yep.
Yeah.
Clearly, we had a busy.
It's a lot of activity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's from, if you look, that's a composite image from 2014. But yeah, that's the idea.
Thanks for killing the buzz, Doc. Appreciate it.
I'm reading the caption on the picture. Jeez. Maybe if you read some things, you'd have graduated high school.
I've explained to you fucking people before. Not only do I not read, but I can't. So
maybe maybe we just go with NASA's new.
Maybe Marshall's girlfriend can help
blow your mind. Prepare to have your mind blown.
All right, I'm prepared.
These are some cool images.
Wow. That's really cool. What are we looking at?
Well, there's this big thing right here.
Well, I know,
it's
space. And there's some smaller stuff out around it. And you'll notice that some of the
there's some red things and blue things.
Some of the things are blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's a supernova?
Thank you for
I think that's that one right there.
Thank you for
champagne
clarifying
supernova?
that, Professor.
Is it a champagne supernova in the sky?
Oh, that would be over here. This one's more champagne colored.
Okay.
Why do I hang out with you guys?
Someday you will find me caught beneath the landslide. You know?
Yeah, we got it the first time.
In a champagne supernova in the sky.
Do you feel better now?
Where were you while we were getting high? Doc.
I was doing my homework. That's where I was.
You know what? This right? Yeah. My education.
So we're out of shit in space, Matt.
I thought we had more shit in space. There was one more. No, that was it. You're right. That was it. This guy, the father who died 6 years ago, leaves his son $10 to buy him his first beer when he turned 21. He apparently gave the father gave the money to the boy's sister, right? A $10 bill, and bought him his first brew, gave him his first steps to alcoholism, and hopefully he'll hit rock bottom before he's 30. It's an endearing story. And also Bud gave him several cases. Bud Light.
By the way, a beer still doesn't cost $10 yet, does it?
No, he probably had 2 or 3.
Okay.
Oh, in Massachusetts? That depends on the bar. Depends on the bar.
I guess it depends on the beer too, right? I mean,
it's a Bud Light. We know that much.
Oh, yeah, no. You're right. He could probably get 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's a tall boy guy. That's a tall guy, though.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. It is a heartwarming story. It's one of those father-son
sweet.
things. I think that most fathers want to. Although when my son turned 21, him and I did an episode of Cheap Whiskey Aficionado where we drank. We killed off a fifth of Ezra Brooks together in one evening.
When I turned 21, the Phillies played Toronto in the World Series, and nobody gave a hot goddamn that it was my 21st birthday. Except for my ex-boyfriend, who took me out for a beer, so that was really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody got so excited when you turned 18. That after all the uncles and other family.
I don't remember my 18th birthday. What? I don't remember turning 18.
What the hell?
I remember 16. I remember 21, but I don't remember 18.
16's a good age.
16 was fun. That was a really fun party. My parents threw me a huge party.
I enjoyed. Well, in Jersey, I had to be 17. You had to be 17 to get your driver's license. When I got my driver's license, that was it.
Yeah.
That's when all the fun started. Fucking Zeus died.
The god?
No, yeah. Well, what's Tom? What's his name?
Tommy Tiny Lister.
Tommy Lister. Yeah. And he was early in his career. He was a wrestling
this like a
star.
sports person? It's a sports.
He's better known for some of his roles. He was Debo Dabowski in the Friday movies, Last Friday, all that fun shit. Big muscle. He was
He finally caught up to his right eye that apparently died about 15 years ago.
Jesus.
That's horrible. Yeah, I think I was doing my homework through all of this stuff.
62.
That's not old.
62. I'm looking at some of your tabs. What do you got? What tabs we got open here? What do you got?
Is that wish.com? No.
No, I don't.
I don't see any YouPorn.
Not.
I don't see.
These are all show-related tabs that I've opened today.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Nothing.
No, what you got to look at are his bookmarks here, but he doesn't have anything interesting there. Well done, Professor.
Mike, do me a favor. Go back to gallery view, or who's sharing screen? Go back to gallery view.
That's Mike.
All right, because I want to show. I want to show Marshall my Jeffrey Tubin impression. I'm getting keyed out. It doesn't work with the.
All that green on Matty's dick makes it disappear. So.
That's right. I'm not using a green screen, just so you know. It's I'm just using a single light. I got no light in the background. I think this looks great. I fucking love this setup. This media virus, like fucking, if I could ever get it right, where I'm like that. I just think this looks so fucking cool. But I'm really conceited.
Back to the Jeffrey Tubin thing. I heard that somebody was actually trying to justify that, like he was somehow the victim.
What do you mean? How is he not the victim? He thought his video was muted while he was jerking off.
Who gets that turned on by their job? I mean, like
I don't know what. What do you mean?
Actually, I think it should be more like
it's a fun gag.
Yeah.
No, but that's right. It's like you have a job to fucking do. I mean, come on. I mean, sometimes you just got to jerk off at work. That happens. I get it, but not in the middle of a meeting.
Well, right. I mean, I don't know. I yeah.
What else? There was some other Stafford or Bill things that were. Oh yeah, they're gonna. Was it fucking San Francisco?
Fucking San Francisco.
Well, Cleveland wants to change the name of their baseball fucking team.
Oh yeah,
it's not going to be the Cleveland Indians anymore. Oh shit! Hey Marsh, what do you think of the Times Person of the Year?
Oh, don't get me started, bro.
Are you sure you don't want to get started?
I'm sure.
I'd kind of like to get you started.
It should always be Santa every year. That's
Santa.
The person of the year. Santa.
I think Connie would agree.
I'm not going to argue with that.
No,
Your logic is sound.
The logic is sound. It is sound.
By the way,
you know what I think it should be?
Wait, I have a Santa thing. Did you guys hear that Dr. Fauci has declared that Santa Claus is immune to COVID, so we don't need to worry about him coming into
Fuck you. It was my only out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Every year that fat bastard gets all the fucking credit. I go fucking broke. This fat fuck gets all the goddamn credit. You son of a get a real fucking job. And stop enslaving the fucking elves for Christ's sake.
Well, that is problematic.
Elves' lives matter.
Yeah, that's problematic. It really is. Use of slave labor. Use of slave labor.
It's disgusting. It's I forgot what we were talking about. Anybody know?
Santa. Times
No, that's person of the year. That's right. You know what I think? You know what I think should be who should be the person of the year is one person.
Well, yeah,
one person. If you're going to call it, it's not. It's the cover's not called. What's wrong with my eyebrow? Persons of the year. It's called Person of the Year. So are we saying that both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are?
All right, look, Matty, I got to stop you there. It's Kamala. Kamala, like the punch.
It's Kamala.
Comma, like the punctuation mark. La. Kamala.
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 You're both being deliberately ignorant. Her name is Kamala. Marshall.
She says it Kamala, by the way.
Wait, I'm confused.
It's Kamala.
It's Kamala.
I heard her say her own name is Kamala.
I've heard her say Kamala.
I've heard her say both. Yeah. So
has anyone heard Barry Obama address her? Because if we know what Barry Obama calls her, then we'll have a very good idea of what.
Well, I think the bigger concern right now is that we've got a president and vice president that each qualify as half a person.
That's what I'm saying. Like these two, like
well, she's 3/5, right?
Her name is pronounced, but the time.
Whoa! Back up. You
what
totally
happened?
Missed that.
What? I missed it.
The doc
yes,
and her,
you did.
And her
you talked right over me.
Racism. It was awesome.
It's in the playback. I guarantee it.
Oh, it is.
It's in the playback. But here's the thing. We're going to argue about how her fucking name is pronounced. But the fact that Time Magazine called her half a fucking person means nothing. That she couldn't get the cover all by herself. She needed an elderly white man to be a part of that. We're just going to fucking ignore that. Let's argue about whether I call her Kamala or Kamala or Kamala. Let's argue about the dumb shit and ignore what Time Magazine has basically said that she is not worthy of that award herself.
I wasn't arguing with you. I was just correcting you.
Kamala. And if she wants to call me Matthew, I don't give a fuck. She does not care what I call her. All my 23 subscribers are gonna fucking hear this show and fucking unsubscribe. I'm losing people after this one. That's and now Mike's it's the Onion. It's still funny.
Just to lighten the mood a little bit. I think it's funny that Dick Van Dyke did that.
Well, it's topical because
what I think is weird. Go ahead, Matty.
They had just somebody had just broken one of the Zodiac ciphers. I think it was I want to say 408. I don't know if you have any actual. It's not that important, but if you have any actual but they just broke one of his ciphers. It's been like fucking 50 some years.
Yeah.
It's been.
What bothers me about this?
That's from 2013.
No, wait, before you go away from this page, what bothers me about this is that Dick Van Dyke's head is clearly photoshopped onto this random neutral picture of a guy sitting on the couch because they couldn't find a picture of Dick Van Dyke sitting on a couch. If that's what they were like, that's very, very strange. That's problematic.
See, here's the thing. Dick Van Dyke sitting on a couch is probably copyright infringement. Dick Van Dyke's head photoshopped on top of somebody sitting on a couch. That's not copyright infringement.
Oh, I see.
There's this fine line that you got to just know how to argue with people. And
so 51 years later, when it doesn't matter anymore,
nobody gives a shit anymore. But we figured this out.
When the guy who wrote it is most likely dead.
We might be talking to him.
Yes.
So does it go into how they broke the cipher?
Let's see. Yeah, actually, I believe it does. Let's see.
When you find it, can you highlight it?
Can you stop scrolling?
It doesn't go into huge detail, I don't think.
Yeah,
But-
it says, I hope you're having lots of fun trying to catch me, and I'm not afraid of the gas chamber are two of the dark boasts in the message.
But it apparently took 3 people, a mathematician, and then software
A warehouse
developer.
operator and a computer programmer.
Yeah.
And 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they were working on it for 14 fucking years.
Yeah.
Wait, Mr. Orchek, who runs the website? Yeah, that's what it says.
More of the same junk that the
I'm
killer
probably
likes
just
to
gonna
write
zoom
about, intended to hurt people, make them afraid. Huh. Interesting. I do find this stuff really interesting, actually.
The FBI has employed a team of code crackers to work on it since 1969. So
Wow. When I was a kid, I briefly considered going into forensics.
One thing, you know what? Not for nothing, but this is a deep reminder, and this is Matty Rockdeath reminding you that all monsters are people. Now back to your miserable existence.
well, thank you.
Literally the most fucking dangerous animal on the planet. And we all just act like we just pretend like we're not going to kill each other at any fucking moment. And it's so entertaining to me. And we put this show on like society. We know it's bullshit. You know it's bullshit. Everybody knows it's bullshit. Dude, it shit sideways today. It snowed so fucking much. I got stuck on Naaman's Road. You have no idea how hilly Naaman's Road in Delaware is.
How hilly is it?
Dude, so here's the thing. I'm coming up. There's a really steep spot on Naaman's. I'm going to pick up my wife, who I dropped off today at a DoubleTree so she could share a room with her boss. I don't ask a lot of questions. Anyway, so I decide to bail on videotape because, dude, we had a nor'easter. It was a nor'easter today. So I saw what happened. I thought everything was going to be cool. I just thought it was going to be like a dusting. It's going to start. It'll be nothing for a little while. Then at night, it might get heavy. By the time I get home, everything's going to be fine. Well, 1 o'clock, it starts shitting sideways. Anybody that's been through a northeaster knows what I mean by shitting sideways. I'm talking these snowflakes were the size of
huge.
They were huge, and the big fucking
the size of
like
grapes.
the ashes from Auschwitz, huge. And they're going sideways. They're going sideways.
Were they going in what direction were they moving, Matty?
Well, they were moving sideways. They were moving technically from
Why didn't
south
you say so?
to north, because this is a nor'easter. And what's happening? So I'm coming up this real steep incline, and there's this fucking dickhead from New York over to the fucking side, and he's trying to get out. He's stuck, but he's trying to get out, and he's trying to fishtail. And I know that if I stop, I'm going to have a fucking problem. I know that if I stop, I'm going to have a fucking problem. And I'm watching this fuck bag.
Did you stop, Matty?
What's that? I had to stop because he could not figure out that he was going to kill somebody.
And
he could not figure this out. So then I had to stop. And then once I stopped on a fucking incline, I could not get going again. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get going again.
I think I have audio of this.
You have audio of me trying to put together a bit while I'm driving. Way earlier, but it works. So
hey, this is Gusty Meadows, the Media Virus Weather Center. I wanted to give a live update to this storm that the Media Virus weather experts have named. I fucked up the bed. I'll call back and do a separate one.
Never broke character. Never. Beautiful.
This is Gusty Meadows with the Media Virus Network Weather Center. Weather experts have compared this snowstorm. Fuck! I can't keep calling back. It's traffic. Sorry, dude. Fuck it.
I was gonna fucking just keep going and hope to ask you to edit it.
Dusty Meadows reporting live. Media virus. Weather. This snowstorm's fucked. I can't fix this bit. And now I'm stuck in traffic. The traffic is fucked. Everyone's being a fucking asshole. Everyone's being a fucking asshole. Asshole! You're being a fucking asshole. You know you're being a fucking asshole. Asshole! Fuck! So some goddamn truck or fucking tow truck is in the middle of the goddamn interstate. I'm on 95 South, and everyone's an ass, like an asshole convention on 95. This goddamn storm is like dating Lindsay Lohan. It's cold, it's sloppy, and it's leaving you snowblind. What the fuck?
That was the whole joke.
No, just fuck. No, yeah, no, it's your fucking turn. Go ahead, asshole.
I was losing my shit.
Just a
You
bit.
don't say.
That was unscripted.
You don't say.
Believe it or not, I made this joke before, years ago on Rock Def Radio, and the joke is that weather experts are comparing the storm to dating Lindsay Lohan. It's cold, it's sloppy, and it's going to leave you snowblind.
Yeah, but at least it's wet.
It's very wet. And I just wanted to get that out and just make it fucking like really cool. Like one of those fucking dickheads, not dickhead, but, and I met this guy in a dog park, but there's a guy that works for Channel 10. And he's the guy they put out in a truck in a snowstorm. And he's always telling you, hey, you know, if you can stay off the road, you should still stay. There's no reason to be driving out in this shit. There's no reason to be, and he's driving. He's driving out in it. He's like, no, there's no reason to be doing this. This is a terrible idea. You should stay home.
All right, gentlemen, as fascinating as this is.
What?
It is getting towards.
It is. It's late. It is late, and I think we've got a pretty good goddamn show here. We've probably crammed a good half hour into 45 minutes. So
I'd say so, at least.
You want to bring us home, Mike?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Professor Mike Latoris. Thank you to the Hypnomaster, Marshal Manlove, on behalf of the Doctor and Matty Rockdeff. This has been the Media Virus Podcast.
I need to go lick an asshole.